Hi, my name is Lydia Kim, and today I will be presenting a speech on fasting for 24 hours and its effects on the human body. And this is my audience. Have you ever noticed how we've always been told that eating 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, is the healthy way to eat? We learned this from an early age, and it's something we constantly see in the media and everyday routines. But recently, that idea has started to shift, and more people are beginning to question whether eating every few hours is actually necessary or even beneficial. Fasting or going without food for a period of time has become increasingly popular as a health trend, but many people still don't understand what is actually happening in the body when they do it. Knowing how fasting affects the body is important because it helps us better understand how our metabolism, energy, and overall health actually work. A 24-hour fast triggers metabolic changes in the body, including fat utilization, ketone production, and improvements in certain health indicators. I chose this topic because nutrition plays a crucial role in people's overall health, and without fully understanding how it affects the body, health recommendations can sometimes become more complex. Health problems are often viewed as the result of a deficiency, which is why people are frequently encouraged to add more to their diet, such as protein or supplements. This raises the question of whether changing eating patterns rather than adding more may also influence health. To better understand how eating patterns affect the body, I researched peer-reviewed studies from medical journals and national health organizations. First, I will explain what happens in the body during a 24-hour fast. Second, I will describe how fasting affects energy level and weight. And lastly, I will discuss how fasting can improve overall health markers. Now that we understand why this topic matters, let's begin with what happens inside the body during a 24-hour fast. When you eat regularly, your body mainly uses glucose or sugar as its primary source of energy. But when you stop eating, your body has to adapt. According to a study published in the National Library of Medicine, once your stored glucose, also known as glycogen, is used up, your body switches from using sugar to using stored fat for energy. This is a major shift because your body is now relying on fat instead of carbohydrates. As this happens, your body also begins producing ketones, which are molecules that function as an alternative energy source, especially for the brain. The same study explains that ketone levels begin to rise within about 8 to 24 hours of fasting, allowing your body to continue functioning even without food. In addition to that, fasting also activates repair processes within the body. Research from the Dominican University of California found that fasting can stimulate cellular repair and even support immune system function. So during a 24-hour fast, your body is not shutting down. Instead, it is adjusting and using different systems to maintain normal body function. Now that we understand what happens inside the body, let's look at how fasting affects weight and energy. One of the main reasons people try fasting is for weight loss. A study from the University of Michigan found that periods of fasting have been shown to contribute to sustained weight loss over time. What's interesting is that fasting does not always increase hunger like people would expect. The same study found that as people continue fasting, their hunger levels actually decrease because their bodies adapted to the pattern. Another common concern is that fasting will slow down metabolism. However, research shows that overall energy use remains relatively stable during fasting and the body continues to function efficiently. So, fasting may support weight management without slowing down how the body uses energy. In addition to weight and energy, fasting also affects key aspects of overall health. One of the main areas it affects is blood sugar control. A study published in the Medical Nutrition Journal found that prolonged fasting improves insulin sensitivity, which helps the body regulate blood sugar more effectively. This is important because blood sugar levels are linked to conditions like type 2 diabetes. Fasting has also been associated with changes in blood pressure. The same study found that fasting is linked to reductions in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, which are important indicators of cardiovascular health. Fasting may also play a role in overall heart health. According to the American Heart Association, regular fasting has been associated with longer, healthier lives due to its impact on cardiovascular function. Taken together, these findings show that fasting does not just affect weight or energy, but can influence multiple systems in the body. Today, we discuss what happens in the body during a 24-hour fast. First, we looked at how the body shifts from using glucose to burning fat and producing ketones. Second, we discussed how fasting can influence weight and energy balance without slowing metabolism. And finally, we examined how fasting can impact overall health indicators. We now have a better understanding of how a 24-hour fast triggers metabolic changes in the body. While we have widely been taught that eating 3 meals a day is the standard for staying healthy, understanding how the body responds to not eating for a period of time shows that there are other processes at work. So the next time you think about that routine, you might also consider what is happening in your body during the times you are not eating and how it contributes to your overall health. Thank you.